Click and record. I think we are on the line. All right, everyone. Thank you again for joining us here on the podcast of Undertomb. Today, I am very excited to be bringing in a new topic that really isn't talked too much about, but I know for a fact it is something that is experienced by everyone. I know a lot of horror movies really like to hype it up, and today's topic will be called Scopaesthesia or Scopaesthesia, something like that. But it is the sensation of feeling like you're being watched. So here on Gemini by Google, I'll give you guys the definition of what it says here. The feeling of being watched is primarily known as scopaesthesia or the psychic staring effect. It is defined as the human ability to detect when they are being stared at, even without visual confirmation. Other related terms include the sense of being stared at, or in the cases of extreme fear, scopophobia. Ooh, what is that? Scopophobia. So, pretty much the reason why I wanted to bring up that topic today is because of there's many times where I live alone, and there's a couple corners where you can't see in my place, and I always feel like if I'm doing something and I have my back turned, I always have the sensation like I'm being watched. I look around, no one's there, obviously. Even sometimes when I put on my headphones, both headphones on both ears, it gives me the paranoia of I feel like someone's here and someone's watching me. I'd love to hear you guys and your stories about that sensation. Talk to me on the comments. Let me know, like, when you're doing something at your house, when you're at your job, when you're out in public, do you feel that sensation? Do you feel like someone's watching you? And the reason why also I wanted to bring up this topic here on Undertomb is because what if, here's a possibility, and here comes the skeptic in me. What if maybe in another universe, the first one is, what if it's aliens watching us, like through their super enhanced technology, and they're just viewing us but invincible? That's something that you can always think about. 2, what if, here's the topic of the hour, it's a paranormal phenomenon. What if it's a ghost? And it could be either a family member, it could be one of your friends, or even a stranger left with you at that place you are at, and they're just there watching. And I'm getting goosebumps talking about that because you never know what is around you if you can't see it. It was in my last episode where we talked about a video on TikTok, and it was where a woman was in a hotel, running around, and running away, I meant, from a guy that was watching her and I think chasing her, but no one was there. And I swear, I was watching that clip. I could be totally wrong, but I can be totally right. I was watching that clip over again not too long ago, and over the corner, I saw like a head pop out, but with nothing there. So that feeling, that sensation that she was having, if it was me, honestly, I would have just drove off and went to another state at that point. But that really just gave me the chills because you are a person that really just always looks around, looks at your surroundings, and it's that instinct of being a human. You know, we are always going to protect ourselves and watch around us to make sure that there's no harm to be found. And that's something that this topic is very common with a lot of people. And recently too, I've been seeing in movies where they kind of, especially if you're in a movie theater, they make it very cinematic. And what's the right word I'm looking for? There's scenes where they try to kind of turn up the volume when there's going to be a part where it's going to get even scarier, And here's a good example. I was watching a movie. It was called Presence, and in the movie Presence, there was pretty much no one there that was like visually there that they can see, like the that was causing all this. But in the movie Presence, there was this a girl that was doing things, and she kind of felt like someone was watching her, someone was there, and she felt a presence there, because it's the title. But she felt like there was a thing around her, knocking things down, kind of giving her warnings. And I believe towards the end, it was her friend that recently passed away that was giving her helpful suggestions towards a villain in the movie. And that's what I mean, where you don't know who it could be. Maybe it could be good or it can be bad. But that movie was really well done. I watched it, very surprised on how they were making the editing in there, very suspenseful for the viewer, which I'm a big fan. If you can really make your edits in a movie just intriguing, and if you got me trapped in the movie, that's bravo to you. But in this conversation, I wanted to keep going and kind of change the topic a little bit, where I want to hear your guys' stories. I kind of want to interact a little bit with you guys. Let me know if there's times where you're doing stuff and you feel that weird feeling of being watched. You guys, how do I say this? You guys are the ones that I really appreciate, and I really want to hear your guys' opinions and stories. I really do. So that is just a short episode here today, you guys. I just want to just talk about this super quick. But thank you so much for listening. Like I said, please, please, please give me your stories down in the comments, or even shoot me a DM, and I'm more than happy to interact with you guys. But I'll catch you guys on the next episode. I hope you guys have a good one.